Welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since I've been in the studio and to do a sit-down interview. This interview kind of came out of the blue. My good friend here, Sergey, I don't know what they called it in the program that they did on us. They called Sergey my Russian clone, or they called me the American version of Sergey. Yeah, he's got a similar background to mine. He was involved in a lot of the earlier carding forums that I was a part of, and kind of pioneered the early days of carding, 10, 25 years ago. So to be able to sit down and do this interview is really an honor for me. Let's go ahead and get into it. I do have some questions. I actually
Guys,
made a list.
I wanna say that it was very long time ago.
Yeah, well, yeah.
A lot of you not were born that times.
Yeah, we're talking, what, 25 years or so?
Yeah. I think my crime career started in 1997.
1997,
yeah.
Really? So the super early days.
Long time ago.
Yeah. Okay.
I've been maybe 14, 15 maximum.
Yeah. That was actually one of my first questions I wanted to get into. I wanted to talk about the early beginnings. Kind of talk about a little bit about what were the influences in your life that pushed you into that world that you got into. You know what I mean?
Into crime?
Yeah, into crime. Just like what were the major influences in your life, and what was going on in your life at that time that,
It was accident because I had only 2 accidents in my life. The first, it was my participation in carding, in cybercrime, and the second one is my YouTube channel. I was a student in Belarus, in a small country near Russia, now occupied by Russia. I was a student, the student of journalism faculty, and I've been a good student because from the childhood I had a good memory. And also I wasn't a criminal anymore because I always made money from business. From the first my days, I sold something, different stuff, stickers, Marlboro stickers when I was 6 years old, and also Puma shoes, and also unlimited internet access.
Okay.
Different things, but legal things.
Right.
And I was a student, and one day on the classified internet, like Craigslist, I noticed the topics about someone was selling credit card numbers, stolen credit card numbers. I understood that it was stolen credit card numbers,
right.
and I understood for what. And one friend of mine, he asked me maybe I will help him to buy, and I've bought a big pack of stolen credit cards.
Mm-hmm.
I've paid about $600 American dollars, and for me,
and this was in the 90s. This was in 1990s, like in the late 90s.
I was not even a student. I was a schoolboy, maybe 16 years old, and I paid $600, and it was really very big money.
That's a lot of money.
Because if you will compare with now, it's about $3,000-5,000, I think.
Yeah.
And I paid for it, but he denied to buy this stuff from me.
Right.
So I spent my money, but I got a bunch of credit cards.
Right.
And I've decided that I should back my money, so I started to make internet crime. And I understood that we have internet stores, web stores, and we can pay for someone's credit cards.
Yeah.
I tried, and the first merchandise, it was CD rooms with different Western music, like Deep Purple, Pink Floyd, from Barnes and Noble.
Okay, yeah. So music discs from Barnes and Nobles was the first.
But sure, we used not for ourselves. We sold it. Sure.
Right. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, that was. I have a similar background. When I first started getting into carding, it was the online. I didn't just go right into the stores. I started doing the online carding first, kind of similar.
In our community, we called this way of carding is staff carding, merchandise carding. When you buy something in internet with someone stolen credit card, and this way of carding is live now.
Yeah,
but more complex. In our time, all that you should do is to type credit card and billing address, card number,
yeah.
expired date, billing address. But now you should they check IP address, your browser,
billing address,
cookies, and so on. And you need to make a proxy server, for example. You need to make SSH tunnel and also anti-detect browser and so on. It's all possible. But it's not for us. It's for professionals who are a lot of time, a lot of years in this.
Yeah, it was easy when back in like 25 years ago. It was like the wild, wild west, is what I tried to tell people. Like all of the safeguards that companies have now put in place, like you said, the IP address. Sometimes they'll only ship to the billing address of the credit card, unless then you got to get on the phone, you got to call and do some social engineering. Oh, it's a gift, and this, that, and the other.
But as for social engineering, it was very hard for us because we were Russian speaking, and we don't know English well, because in schools in former Soviet countries, they not teach us English.
They don't teach English.
Yeah, very, very bad teaching. And I understood English. I understand English only by the reason because I was in cybercrime business, and I was making business with people like you. So with you, Chinese, Brazilians, and so on. So I understand it only for this reason. And now because I live here abroad, Russia.
Right, yeah. What was the next step after that initial
next step in carding?
How did you get deeper and deeper into it?
Merchandise carding was a cool thing.
Not very profitable.
It won't give me a lot of money.
Right, yeah.
A lot of money. I did maximum $1,000, maybe 500 up to $1,000 a month. But it was funny. And one day I have bought a big bouquet of flowers from one German shop, and I forgot about it because I wasn't a professional and didn't change the IP addresses and so on. But for me, it was accidentally. I have bought. Okay, I will get. Or I will not get, it doesn't matter. But one day I back from university, and my mom told that what's the big flower of bouquet of flowers on our balcony? And I've seen a very, very big bouquet of red roses. Like this, over 1 meter every flower, and I think with bouquet, with size. And I asked my mom, how many roses here? And she answered 100. But in Russian tradition, we present 110, for example, 2, 4. We present for death.
Okay.
For funerals.
Yeah,
even.
Okay, even numbers.
And I asked, and she told 100.
Yeah.
So I've decided, oh my God, maybe my enemy sold me this bouquet.
Oh, but you forgot, yeah.
like in Godfather movie.
Yeah. But you forgot that you had ordered them. Yeah.
And I was thinking about who this man could be.
Oh, yeah.
Who's my enemy? And I understood that if he has possibility to send me so much expensive bouquet, what would be his next step?
Yeah.
It was funny. So my next step, it was I left Belarus, my native country, because we have bought a lot of stuff, lot of things in the stores, in the real physics stores in our city, but not from online. We bought a lot of stuff from fake real plastic cards.
So you were using plastic.
Yeah.
That was the next step after.
Yeah, because one day, when I was in vacation in Ukraine, in Odessa, I've met with a few guys from CarderPlanet carding forum. It wasn't the first carding forum in the world, it was the second. Okay. Because the first was carding.org. It was the first carding forum in the world, and
Shadow Crew was a really earlier.
Shadow Crew was in the time of CarderPlanet. because they were parallel.
2004 to
Yeah.
2009.
From 2003, I think.
Yeah.
And I've met with few guys, and they showed me real plastic cards.
Yeah.
And it was the next step, the evolution of what I did before, because I used only in internet, but now I understood that I have possibility to buy whatever I want in any store.
Yeah.
But if now, at that times, you didn't need PIN code for every purchase.
Credit.
Now you need PIN code. Only for debit cards. Yeah, only for debit cards, PIN code you need that days.
Right.
But now you need PIN code for every purchase.
Really? In Russia?
Yeah.
Is that where you were carding in store? Was in Russia and Belarus?
In Russia, but here too. For example, if you will pay by Apple Pay, you don't need PIN code. But try to pay physical card and you will pay.
Yeah.
You will need PIN code. So that days we didn't need PIN code, and I understood that credit cards, debit cards. It wasn't the difference for us that days because we didn't know the difference. Debit card, credit card.
Right.
For us, it was bank card with money inside,
right.
with someone, with not ours, someone money inside. Maybe big money, maybe small money.
You don't know how much.
In a few cases...
I had no way. When I was doing carding in store, like when I got dumps, I had no way of finding the limit of how much money was on each one. I mean, you could kind of tell because if it was like a gold card or a silver, because you got the BIN number, the first 6 digits of any, it'll tell you exactly what bank issued the card. It'll tell you if it's a debit card, credit card, if it's a gold.
From the PIN, you understand the type of your card, debit or credit.
Yeah.
Also, you understand the bank name,
the issuing
for example, Bank of America, and the type, for example, classic, electron, Visa signature, Visa purchasing, Visa gold, Visa platinum. Maybe that's all.
So then you could kind of guess how much each one, what the limit is on each one.
But not every time, because in my life I had a lot of cases than usual regular classic Visa gave more money than signature gold even. And in few cases we knew how much on each card, but it was possible when you enroll with card in your bank website. But for it you need date of birth, full information, date of birth, social security number, billing address, and so on.
And sometimes you could buy the credit card information with the full attached to it.
Yeah, but for this type of dumps, we paid about 15% from limit, and it was very expensive. 15% from limit, and it wasn't the guarantee that you will get all the money in the border of this limit.
Oh, I know.
No way.
I know.
But it was. I remember that in our countries, in Belarus, in Ukraine, in Russia, American cards worked not well, especially after. But European cards.
201s. That's the 201 is the European designation.
Because the mostly American cards, they were local cards. But international
HSBC,
MBNA, Capital One, I remember, and also I used Merrill Lynch one day in Russia. Merrill Lynch Visa signature, BOFA, sometimes BOFA.
Bank of America.
And Fleet Bank. Fleet Bank now it's Chase Manhattan Bank. We destroyed so many banks in our life, and Fleet Bank too. But in our countries, Europeans cards worked well, and also Japanese and Israel. The best were German, United Kingdom, Switzerland, Israel, and Japan. But as I remember, Japan and Switzerland, they were with very sensitive anti-fraud, and they worked only one time. So from Japan card, you should try $10,000.
Go big.
Oh, okay, 10,000. Okay. or not enough money. So okay, 5,000. Yeah, okay. Because second time
It's not gonna work.
it didn't work.
Yeah,
Never. And it was my second step. But I understood that it's not my way because I thought that I'm a more clever guy. Not for going for in-store shopping. I've been an active member of CarderPlanet, ShadowCrew, and different carding forums. So that days I understood that I should establish my private carding forums, and I had Dumps Market, small private forums.
Gotcha,
Yeah,
yeah.
and when you are the owner of hacker or carding forum,
Right.
that days you are like a god.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You can ban someone, you can give moderator rights to another guy,
sure
and
can.
and from all the sides you get not only money, you get connections.
Yeah.
You get connections with different criminals, with more experienced and sophisticated criminals than you from different countries of the world.
Yeah. No, I was gonna. That's another question I was gonna get to. You worked with some pretty big names. Some pretty big names in the Carter world. I had them all written down here. So you're saying after you decided like, okay, there's only so much I can do with in-store carding. You know, I got to go to the next level. So that's when what exactly was your role in CarderPlanet? Like where you got involved with CarderPlanet?
CarderPlanet was absolutely unique, the source of information. And at that times, for example, now, if you will ask me how to card with phone, no
Right.
one will tell you
Nope.
this
It's a paywall.
the result. Yeah.
There's a paywall
But
now.
that days we were open for another
I missed
guys.
the tutorials.
Yeah.
That's how I learned everything was the tutorials. There was a site, I don't remember if you remember it, called The Grifters, and it was basically all tutorials. Like it wasn't a marketplace, but it was all tutorials. And I learned so much from that. I learned how to code dumps. I learned how to make plastic. I learned how to social engineer. I learned, bin numbers. I learned everything I basically learned. I learned from tutorials. And you're right. The community was a lot different back then because everybody just wanted to share information, and it was more open. Now it's just like everybody wants to charge.
And community wasn't too big. I think active carders at that days in your and mine time, I think we had maximum 5,000 people from all the countries, maximum. Because every of us, you, me, we had nicknames and maybe 2-3 nicknames of every carding forum. So maybe active members maximum 5,000. But now, when I'm speaking with different journalists, they ask how many active members now, and I see that a lot of criminal forums now, they have hundreds, thousands users.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah. And now the situation that the biggest part of carding and hacking society community, they are in Telegram Messenger, inside, in closed chats, in groups, in Telegrams.
So what was underground before went further underground now. Like used to be able to just go Google and harp on a card. You can't do that anymore. Like everything's gone way underground.
But all of they are sure that Telegram is safety manager.
No, well, they just took the guy to jail, right? They just arrested
in France.
In France, they got him, and now didn't he change? Didn't he give them access? They all have backdoor access now.
Yes, I think he gave information, but it's a strange situation. Because he positioned himself like a cyber Robin Hood. I'm samurai. I'm not in conversation with authorities and government of any country, especially Russian. But if we will check his actions, for example, a Russian government wanna destroy opposition channel. And lot of people now in protests, for example, in different areas, regions of Russia. And Telegram was closing with groups and chats.
Right.
So historically, Telegram was involved in conversations with the Russian authorities from the first days.
Right.
From the first days, but it was in reality. But for public, he told, I'm a cyber samurai. I don't want to speak with any government. But now he should speak with government. But
well, now that he's facing all that jail time.
It's not a bad situation because in Telegram is really very, very big problems with support and very big problems with copyright. My
Right.
book, for example, or your naked photos or information from my mom phone
Right.
could be in easy access in Telegram, and you have no possibility to delete it.
No.
Possibility
No, yeah.
because they don't answer you. So maybe now, after arrest in France, Telegram would moderate the content more
Yeah.
careful.
Yeah.
I hope for it.
Yeah.
And sure, Telegram Messenger is not safe because they have the policy that, for example, if you need information about suspect terrorist,
Yeah. They pull that card.
Telegram should give information.
Yeah.
And for cops of any country, it's enough to tell that John or Sergey, they're terrorist.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, for any reason. It doesn't matter. Yeah, you can be designated a terrorist in any country for any reason. As far as end-to-end encryption on any of these chat services, is any of it really work as advertised?
Encryption in Telegram, for example, is only in secret chats. It's a really encryption, but
Yeah.
only in secret chats.
Only in secret chats, and that's end-to-end. There's no...
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm familiar with a lot of guys who had a crime cases with information from Telegram, and it was the information only from public chats, not from secret.
They couldn't get the secret.
Yeah.
Okay.
I never seen criminal case with information from secret chats.
Gotcha.
Never.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So in our times, it was ICQ only.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just I forgot about it. I forgot because
Even before that, it was IRC.
They destroyed ICQ.
I know.
Russians have bought ICQ program. Maybe 10 years ago, and in this year they told that we close this project. It's not commercially successful. We will close. It was strange moment because ICQ was the main messenger for us.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
But
before that, it was IRC. The Internet Relay Chat.
IRC before ICQ.
Yeah.
But for serious conversations in our times and now, criminals use Jabber.
Jabber. Is that what it is now?
Jabber Messenger,
Okay.
but not with public servers, with private servers.
Private servers, yeah.
Jabber
Gotcha.
is most, I think, is the most safe messenger now, and also Signal, but Signal maybe for Russian opposition person, not for criminals, because Signal is controlled by American government. Sure,
Right, yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
It's normal messenger, and it is better way for us to speak in Signal than in Telegram. If you
Right.
want to hide something from Russian government,
Yeah. Yeah.
but not for crime. Sure, for crime is especially Jabber.
You said when you got involved with CarderPlanet, that's when you went to Ukraine, right? And you kind of met some guys over there that were involved with CarderPlanet. So, what was your exact role with CarderPlanet? Because I'm assuming you got involved with the back end of CarderPlanet.
At first, I tried to sell something on the page of CarderPlanet. I tried to sell dumps because I was familiar with. I'm a guy very open, and I can make connections very easy with another people. And on the page of CarderPlanet, I had found a lot of hackers who breaks into the banks themselves and get info about credit cards and especially dumps. And dump, if you don't know what is it, it's the information from MagSafe of your plastic card, from magnetic stripe of your credit or debit card. Because if you have only credit card number, you can buy something only online. But for in-store cards, you need dump special information from magnetic stripe. That hackers had millions of dumps, millions. And I've tried to sell on CarderPlanet. And for example, they gave me for one American dump, they gave me price, I remember...
$20 US, right? About 20.
$1 for me. $1
for your cost.
$1 for me maximum. For America. It was started from 5, but for big parties, for big amounts, it was only $1 for me. But European dumps, Switzerland, Japanese, and so on, was from 30. I think 30, 50 maximum. It's for platinum, signature, gold.
And that was your price.
Price for me.
Because I remember those.
But as for me, I think I sold one platinum or gold, maybe 100.
$80, $100.
100,
yeah.
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Japanese gold, for example, $200, yeah. It was a big money for me. But on CarderPlanet was the owner of forum was Dmitry Golubov, a man from Odessa,
Yeah.
and he was dump seller too.
Okay.
I think he was the biggest dump seller in the world that
Really?
days. Yeah. So on the CarderPlanet, no, it was his forum. So
okay.
my forum, my rules.
Gotcha.
So I understood it very clearly, and after a small conflict with him, I started my own forum. But we met with a lot of clever, interesting guys on CarderPlanet page,
Yeah.
because I needed, me and other criminals, we needed not only cards, we needed fools. And also we needed stuff for counterfeit credit cards like you. And also we needed fake documents, because of that days, for in-store shopping, for example, if you buy something less than $500, okay, you can buy without documents. But if you
need ID.
Yeah, without ID.
Yep.
But if you buy something more expensive than $500, you should show your ID, because the cashier, they had instructions that the name on credit card and the name in your ID should be the same.
Yeah, yes, they gotta match. And also in America, if you made a purchase, say over $300,
300?
Yeah, 300. The threshold was really low because the amount of fraud was really high. Not only did they have to make sure that the driver's license and match the name, but they had to physically take your card and type in the last 4 digits that are on the physical card into the POS machine to make sure that the last 4 digits on the physical card matched what was encoded to the mag strip. And if those two things didn't match, then, well...
And just imagine, after that, just imagine the real picture in Belarus, for example, or in Russia.
Yeah.
I put dumps into discount cards.
Yeah, me too.
Discount cards, for example, Walmart discount cards, gift cards. One day in one Dolce & Gabbana boutique, the cashier told, I can't sell you with jeans because it's not a Visa. It's not MasterCard or Visa. I told, it's a Visa, baby. It's a Visa. All okay. And she tried, and all was okay. And but a lot of times we used old cards, real Visas, real MasterCards, real Diners or JCB, but expired cards. Expired cards, and you sure the dump inside, the symbols and the name is different. Okay, name I can make the same, but I can't make the same symbols, the same ciphers. I can't make. And it wasn't a problem that days. In Russia and in Belarus and in
the
Ukraine.
Early days.
In States, you say it was a problem.
It was hit or miss, because sometimes you would go to a store and they didn't care. They didn't even look. They would just swipe it, or they wouldn't even look. You could just swipe the card and then it would be good. But then other times you would go to a store and they would scrutinize every little deal. They'd be looking at the card. They'll look at the ID. They'll look at them both. They'll make sure they match. And it's just like, so you had to figure out which stores worked, which stores didn't work. You also had to pick your cashiers, because the cashiers, sometimes the older they are, the more problems they're going to give you. They're going to scrutinize more. The younger the cashiers are, the more it's easier just to be like, get over on them. So, for instance, one time I was writing dumps, and because I was going out to use them, and I had wrote probably 15 or 20 cards, and I put them all in a wallet, and I go out to the store, and I had accidentally written MasterCards to the Visa cards. So I had MasterCard dumps on the Visa cards, and she tried to process it as a Visa.
But MasterCard starts from 5, Visa from 4, Amex from 3.
3, yeah. But like when I had them on the screen, and I had MasterCards and Visa cards, but I got the piles switched up because I was only looking at the screen. I wasn't looking at the piles, and I would just grab it and I'd press it and I'd swipe it and I set it here, and I grab it and I swipe it and I set it here, and I got them mixed up. But because it was a younger cashier, like they just weren't experienced and they weren't scrutinizing as much. Had that been an older cashier, they probably would have called security on me. But yeah, so you kind of went the route where you started your own forum. That was like the next, because you said when you were on CarderPlanet, you guys kind of bumped head because he was selling dumps and he didn't want to, stepping on his toes pretty much. So you started your own.
I started my own forum, and also I was familiar with Bulgarian guys who made different kinds of documents, very good quality documents. For example, and I've paid for it not lot money. For example, for complete from German ID, no Ausweis, and also German passport and driver license, I've paid only 300 euro for it.
That's not bad.
Only. But I sold it. Average price was from 1,000 or 1,500. But it was perfect documents, but not for travel. Sure,
right?
Only for visit and store. I've made a lot of money that days. I think it was about 100,000 every month.
Really?
100
every month.
Yeah, every month.
Yeah.
Every month, but it wasn't a very big piece of time. It was maybe maximum 1 year.
So for about a year.
On the peak of my career, because for all times I counted all my money, and it was only 1,200,000
right.
for all time.
Okay.
Yeah, but in my sentencing orders, Americans they have written that it was 36 millions in losses. 36.
Wow. Yeah, you didn't see 36 million, but that's what they were counting. They always inflate it. They always jack it up.
They
to try and get you the maximum sentence.
They tried to find all cards that was in my hands, all cards that I sold, because it was so stupid. I understand, but I kept archive of sold cards in my computer.
So how long were you up and running when you started your own forum?
I think less than 1 year, maybe 6-7 months.
Really?
Maximum. Yeah.
Really?
And when they arrested me, it was funny situation. They arrested and all the disk and all the sensitive data in my laptop was encrypted by Best-Crypt software.
Yeah.
Best-Crypt is not bad software, very, very good, like DriveCrypt, like Best-Crypt and after TrueCrypt.
Yeah.
And they have a very strong encryption algorithm. Yeah, they have. But
I use TrueCrypt. That's what I use for everything. Yeah.
But the password for my encrypted disk was the half of password was the same password as for my post program, mail program, the bed. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they got this password from mail software, easy. And after they opened, I think I'm sure they used brute force too, because it was only half of password.
Gotcha.
But after they opened my encrypted disk, I think maybe maximum 2 weeks.
It took them 2 weeks to brute force it?
Maximum, yeah, because they had
Just gotta let it run.
half of password, and until that day, I wasn't speaking with them in prison. I don't understand what you want from me.
Yeah.
I'm innocent. Open the door, please, bastards.
Yeah.
But after the investigator, he visited me, I think maybe 10-14 days maximum, 1 day in prison. And he asked, maybe we will speak again. Maybe you can try to speak. I told, fuck off. He answered, okay, I will show you something. And he...
2 weeks later, they
he
came
took
back.
the piece of paper and the pen, and he have written my password. just
to let you
imagine
know.
this situation.
Yeah.
And the days I understood that they have all my data, and would better to speak with them about.
What year did you have to deal when you got caught?
When?
Yeah, what year?
From 2003 until 2004, only 1 year. Yeah, only 1 year information, but it was I think it was 55 cards, 55,000 cards on my laptop.
Oh, wow.
55, yeah.
Yeah, so that's when 2004 is when you got arrested?
Yeah. First time in September. And I faced up to from 6 to 15 years in prison, from 6 to 15. But the main reason of my arrest was that we have bought a lot of stuff in our Belarus in stores.
Right.
Yeah,
So they're
and
really after you for the in-store carding.
because in our country we hadn't a lot of stores with post terminals. We had no possibility to buy in any stores. For example, in Minsk, the capital of Belarus, was about only 20 stores with post terminals, watch store and supermarkets. We have bought a lot of vodka and a lot of cigarettes because we had the way for resell it. We buy vodka, cognac, and cigarettes in one luxury supermarket for $2,000. The security of this store, he signed the number plate of our car, and it was not our car. It was our friend car, and he was a banker. He was a CEO of bank,
Oh, no.
and it was a car for transport money, special car. And the security officer, he signed the number plate, and when was charged back by this credit card, and cops visited the store, he told that, I know the car. And after, sure, they got me. So this is the main reason. It was the main reason.
Really? And then they just happened to find the other stuff. Bad luck.
And it was the day when I was back from Ukraine to Belarus again, because in Ukraine I had a conflict with a few gangsters. They were around me like old brothers, but in reality they were gangsters, and all they wanted is my money only. My money and dumps, because they had people for in-store carding in Europe and so on. So everything they needed from me, it was my money and dumps. So after conflict with them, I back to Belarus, to my country, and cops arrested me. And I faced up to from 6 to 15 years in prison. I wasn't alone. I was me, like organizer of this carding ring, and also two people in the courtroom. The judge, the prosecutor, he told that he wanted 3.5 years for me and 3 years for them.
Right.
I was lucky because
It's not bad.
because it wasn't from 6 to 15. It was only from 3 to 10. Because prosecutor, he told that you're good guys. You're good guys, and not all episodes of this crime yours. We told, oh my God. And prosecutor asked 3.5 years of prison for me and 3 for my buddies. But after maybe 2-3 days, the judge, she gave me 5.
Really?
It's a rare situation because in all countries they have a rule. Okay, prosecutor asked 3. Okay, give 3, give 3 or 2.5, but not 5, not 10, because the government wanna give him 3.
They usually go with the prosecutor's suggestion.
But she gave me 5 and 3 years for my buddies, but not prison for them. Prison only for me. Only for me.
Why do you think that is?
But for them it was home arrest. Home arrest, it's not.
Why do you think that is? Because they thought you were the leader?
They told that I'm leader because when I was in Ukraine, they was catched by police and they told that I was a leader. And in reality, I think I was really a leader, but I had more sophisticated and profitable business than it. And they asked me, give us cards because we have no money. I gave them cards and got some profit from it. And I was an organizer, a leader of this carding ring. But it was my fault. So I got 5 years. But I had second criminal case in this court.
Was it running at the same time, or was it?
Not same time, after, because in the first crime case I was with my buddies too, but in the second I was alone. I was alone as a car dumps seller and credit card counterfeiter.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was alone, but prosecutor was another, and he asked. First time it was a woman prosecutor and a judge, and now it was a man, and he asked me eight 8 years in prison, but the judge was the same woman. And
Same judge?
Listen, and I thought she gave me 5 when the prosecutor previous asked 3.5.
Yeah.
She gave me 5. Now he asked 8. I was preparing to get 10.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
And I was 21. I was 21, 22 that days. But she gave me only 1 additional year. So my final sentencing order was 6 years in prison.
6 years.
And after 1 week was amnesty. And amnesty minused 1 year from my sentence order,
Okay.
so I got 5.
Got knocked a year
Yeah.
off. Yeah.
And it was my first time in prison.
So how'd you get caught the second time? Like, how did that happen? Did you start another forum?
No. I was in prison. I spent that days. I spent in prison only half of this term. I spent behind bars 2.5 years. 2.5, and I was freed directly from this prison. This is not penal colony, for example. This is like a detention center.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But I spent a lot of times for courts, and I was freed directly from detention center. But I didn't understand anything. Didn't. My mistakes and so on. And I started. I had about maybe $300,000 in my piggy bank. I decided that I can make criminal business again, but I was afraid of it. I was afraid. So I've made only a few deals with my very old customers. And one of this customer was undercover United States Secret Service agent
No shit.
Ryan Knisley. And he was around us, I think maybe around me and my brother. He was maybe 4 years.
Really?
He bought a lot of our dumps, thousands of dumps, always. And also he sent us different presents like laptops, like expensive cameras, watches, luxury Ralph Lauren t-shirts, perfumes, and so on. But in reality, just imagine you are a Secret Service agent.
Yeah.
And you asked, give me your address, I will send you a laptop, for example. And me, oh, okay, no problem. Sure, I give him not my address, but address of my mom, for example, or my friend, for example.
Right, yeah.
And it's a connection for me, for my reality.
Yeah.
For my ID. Yeah, it's a connection. And I sold him few thousand of dumps, maybe maximum 5,000. Yeah, and they opened a criminal case against me. And it was...
From the United States?
Yeah, from United States. And it was the time when parallelly they opened the case against Shadow Crew and against Albert Gonzalez, and he got 20 years in prison in final. So they opened a case against me, and in 2008, Belarusian police arrest me again. But it's one interesting thing. I never did nothing bad for Belarusians, for Belarusian people or for Belarusian companies. Right. Never. But in Belarusian criminal code, you have the article in the time when he was making a crime, he was on the territory of Belarus. So he would sit here in our country.
So they didn't want to give you up to the United States.
Yeah.
They didn't want to let you go.
Yeah,
there.
And all the episodes, all the information in my second criminal case, it was from United States directly.
Right.
Secret Service sent all the information to Belarusian government, and I got 10 years for it. But the worst thing, I got 10 years. It was very, very hard days for me because that time I was in penal colony, and I tried to sign a lot of appellation and appeals and so on.
And the penal colony is you work. They put you to work, or is it just like a regular prison?
In Belarus, in few colonies you should work. In few colonies you should work only if you want, because they hadn't enough places for work, not for everyone.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but as for me, better not to work, because in that case you can read books every day, you can write books every day, you can make gym near your building. Yeah, and it was really hard. I think on the 5 or 6 year, I was thinking that I get crazy.
You feel like you were losing your mind after 6 years.
Yeah. After 6. And I'm sure that if you, for example, if you are 20 or 30 years old, you have no kids, for example, you have no very old parents.
Right. It's to be a little easier.
Yeah, it's an easy. And if you get a term not more than 4, for example, 5, bad. 5, 6, 7, it's bad. But I think 1, 2, 3, 4, it's easy, I think. And it was 10 for me. It was 10, and I was in love with one very beautiful girl, and I was crazy about her.
Yeah.
About her.
Makes it tough.
And I understood. I tried all the ways to get freedom. All the ways, appeals in
special programs.
No, we have no.
No.
appeals to Supreme Court, appeal to City Court, and after to Supreme Court, all wasn't successful. And also, I've tried to get pardon from president. You understand what? Yeah. And also, I have written a book only for this. Not only, but one of the main reasons was. If I will ask pardon from president as a regular inmate, he won't notice it. But if the author of the book and, for example, a journalist, a famous inmate, ask you about it,
there's a little more notoriety attached, so he's more
chances.
To give you a chance.
More chances, I thought, and it was one of the reasons why I've written a book, and the second reason was. For me, it was a very good idea and days, because while writing a book, I was far away from my prison cell.
Yeah.
I was on Maldives Island with my baby.
Yeah.
I was in my carding times with my fellows.
Yeah. So mentally, it was an escape. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, like escape. Yeah, and I spent I think 3-4 years. And it was finished, and I was lucky because in few penal colonies in Belarus or in Russia, you have possibility to get mobile phone. Illegal, sure.
Yeah.
And in my first colony, it was the best colony in our country. It was black colony, because in Russian tradition we have 2 types of colonies: red one. And black one.
Red one and black one.
Black one, whereas all the power in the hands of criminal authorities.
Okay.
But red colonies, all the power in cops' hands.
Why is that? Why is the difference between the two?
I don't know, but for inmates, the better black colonies. Because in red, you should wake up 6 o'clock. And when you not wake up 6 o'clock, you go to isolate penalty cell.
Oh yeah, they call it the shoe in the United States.
In Russian
special housing unit.
Yeah, in Russian tradition we called it shizo. Penal изолятор. Penalty isolator, shizo. Штрафной изолятор. Who knows the Russian? Штрафной изолятор, shizo.
And that's probably 23 hours a day. You come out, maybe you never come out of your cell.
No, never. It's a very cold cell. It's a very, very cold cell.
No comfort.
Sure. You have no mattress.
Really?
No mattress, and you sleep
at all? Do they give it to you at night or
no? No, never. And you sleep on this wooden.
Yeah, just a.
Yeah, but this, for example, look,
Uh-huh.
but in our reality it was.
Oh, really?
And how
It wasn't flat.
How
It was all fucked up.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it wasn't comfortable to lay on at all.
was more comfortable to sleep on the
the
ground.
floor.
Yeah, but very cold.
Yeah.
But more comfortable. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you spend and also not the light. If you wanna read something, you have no possibility because no light.
No lights.
No, small,
Very,
small.
very dim.
Yeah, small,
Yeah.
small. And also, you have no possibility to read and write because they not give you books. You have only one small towel and also toothbrush, and the soap. I think that's all.
That's
and
it.
very, very cold. And in this condition, you sit alone or with another happy guys.
Yeah.
You sit 10, 20, 30 days. I am familiar with people who spend 90 days.
Yeah.
90 days, yeah. But after the cops, for example, after 1 month, they should free you, but they can free you only for half for 30 minutes.
30 minutes a day after 1 month.
And back. But by the law, they should free you. Yeah. But they have a possibility to back you again in 30 minutes. No problem. I was lucky because in this colony was a lot of mobile phones, and we pay about $200-300 for phone for buy a mobile phone.
Right.
Directly in the prison.
yeah.
It's not expensive price. It's not expensive because if the police would catch this corrupted cop who will bring you phone, he will face up, I think, from 5 to 10 years in prison.
No shit.
Yeah, so $200-300, it's nothing for it. I was typing my book on the mobile phone, and after it was finished, I sent it to publishing houses, which I found it over the internet. And I was lucky because I sent only to 5 publishing houses, and one of them was agreed to print my book.
Nice.
And they printed when I was behind bars.
You had it published before you even got out.
Yeah. They published in 2013, but I was freed in 2016. And in colony, I had the problems because they asked me, you sit here and how your book published in Russia. I told it's not the problem because you catched me with mobile phone and I got a fine after using illegal mobile phone. So I paid my debts in full. I paid for all. Okay, no problem. Yeah, it was funny situation. But in reality, this book, it gave me a lot. It gave me a lot because after I was familiar, a lot of guys on carding forums, and hacking forums, they know who I am, sure, and know who are you. But it was the carders of our times, old guard. But my book helped me, new guard, to understand who I am. And when I started my YouTube channel, People Pro, it was my chance. And it was much easier for me to start a career on YouTube. And it was accidentally, because as I told you before, I got involved into crime accidentally.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, and accidentally I got into YouTube because I know about this company and about the price, how much Google paid for YouTube one day, $1.65 billion. Yeah, sure I know, but it wasn't interesting for me. Until start of my channel, I've seen on YouTube only a few videos about how to make gym here for press, and also a few musical videos of Lady Gaga.
Right.
That's all. But one day I was living in Moscow. I think the most clever step after I was freed from Belarusian prison was to go away from Belarus.
Yeah.
And to move to Russia.
Change the environment.
Because Russia is much bigger country with corruption. And no one in Russia wasn't know who I am. And I wasn't a criminal in Russia. So in my native country, it's a very small country, only 10 millions. But one interesting thing, every 50 citizen of our country is cop. Every 50, yeah.
So there's a lot of cops in Belarus.
Yeah. In good countries like United States, for example, Canada, New Zealand, Australia, for example, 200 cops for 100,000 population.
Yeah.
300. Yeah. In Soviet Union, in USSR, was 200 for 100,000 population. Yeah. But in Belarus, every 50.
Is it because it's like the only job for people in Belarus is to become a cop?
No. Yeah, sure. They get a lot of money if compared with the workers of factory, for example. I think now they get about $1,000. I think 1,000 or 1.5.
Yeah.
Regular cops. But it's a government politics because the cops of different units, the power of government of President Lukashenko.
Right, yeah.
He's afraid of population. He's afraid of Belarus nation.
Right.
So he used a lot of cops. Yeah. And I've been in Moscow and everything was okay. And one day, my friend from Sweden, he called me and asked, have you seen this movie on YouTube? Because one famous Russian business blogger, he made a video about my competitor in business because I've started a lot of internet businesses, cashback services, coupon websites, and so on in e-commerce. And I told no, I didn't see, but I saw, I've seen, and it was a very good video because this blogger was really nice. And after I called him and asked how much would make this kind of video about my business, and he told $45,000. It was very expensive because when I was freed in prison that time, second time, I had only my last money,
right?
$30,000. It was my last money from 1 million and 200,000. Yeah, and I was living in Moscow, and Moscow is a very expensive city.
Right.
Yeah, and 30,000 was almost nothing. And he told me 45,000 for video for YouTube, and I've decided, shit, for 45,000 I will make my own channel. No problem.
Yeah.
And I've started my channel.
What year did you start your YouTube channel?
2018.
2018.
6 years ago,
Okay.
6.5 years ago. And it was second accident situation in my life, and it was one of the most funny situations and good situation because YouTube at first I started very, very fast because a lot of journalists of different newspapers, magazines, and also TV channels like CNN, Fox News, Fortune magazine, Forbes, and so on, they visited me in Moscow. From America, from European countries, from Sweden, France too, Arte, and different European.
So you had a little bit of exposure before you started your YouTube channel. Yeah.
And maybe it was the reason why I am not afraid of the camera. Yeah, they visited me a lot of times, and when I started the channel, it was my channel grew more fast because a lot of carders, a lot of journalists, a lot of people know who I am. And for the first year, I've got 100,000 subscribers.
Yeah, you grew fast.
Because now I can say that I'm an expert in YouTube because I teach in other bloggers and so on. I have a lot of friends, bloggers. Normal situation on YouTube when you get 1,000 subscribers for 1 year, for first year. For second year is normal situation up to 10,000. And for third year, it doesn't matter, maybe 100,000, 1 million.
Yeah.
But for first 2 years, normal is 10,000.
It took me 3 years to get 10,000, and I'm only at like 14,000.
It's normal. It's normal. Yeah. It's not little. It's much depressive, really.
I know. You put so much work and you see very little results.
You think that you work every day and hard.
Yeah.
But you get not enough result.
I know.
Yeah, but I was lucky, and for the first year I've got 100,000 subscribers, and for the second year I think it was 300,000, and but now I will get 1 million. I will get 1
You
million
guys are close.
only after 7 years.
Yeah, you guys are close.
After 7, and sure, that days I had a depressive situations. Maybe after 2 years, I've decided that I am working every day, but where is results? But after I understood one thing, because I'm familiar with a lot of my subscribers. They are my friends, and I have a business business with a few of them. I have, and I understand the portrait of my subscriber. He's like you, like me. He's a guy from 30 to 40, with a guy from business, or guy from carding, or from hacking, or from digital business, and he has a wife or girlfriend, and I think he has kid or kids, and he's really busy. As for me, I can see YouTube maybe 1 time in 2 months maximum, maybe 1 time in 1 month. in good situation only, and they are the same. And when I understood it, I know now that 40,000 views on my video, or maybe 20, or maybe 100 is okay, because it's real viewers. It's real.
Yeah, it's legitimate, interaction between you and the people. You have to find your demographic, and as soon as you find your demographic, that's when your channel starts to take off.
And on my channel, we have 92% of men. 92.
Is it 92%?
Yeah.
Wow.
92, and the main age from 25 to 34.
25 to 34. Yeah.
And this auditory is the best in the world, not only in Russia, in the world, because it's the best auditory for advertisement. The best. You can sell cars, watches, everything you want. It was second accidentally situation in my life, and I'm happy that it was, because YouTube, it gave me not only money, he gave me a lot of money. For example, for the last year, I've got, we have no monetization from the views now in Russia because of the war.
No monetization.
YouTube stopped it. But before the war, it was not very big money, but it was $8,000. And from $8,000
a month.
Yeah, 8,000. Now they pay me about 1,500 only, because they stopped Russian monetization after the war, after the fucking
Google did,
And I understand, and it's so sad, but not for me. I understand the situation, and sanctions. You're right.
But that hurt a lot of creators over there in Russia by the monetization being taken away.
Yeah, but
because they don't have products to sell, they don't have services to sell. Like they're
but monetization in USA, for example, me and you, we make the same videos.
Yeah.
But you will get up to five times more money, because your viewers are from United States.
Right. Yeah. My
United States, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, the most expensive.
My CPM rate is about $44 per 1,000 views.
44?
44 US dollars per every 1,000 views.
My maximum 10, maximum.
$10 per 1,000 views.
Maximum.
I just checked mine yesterday.
Not for 1,000 views. In reality, maximum I got $3,000. $3,000 from 1 million views. It was my maximum.
Okay.
In reality.
Yeah.
3,000 from 1 million views.
Yeah.
It was before the war. But for Russian bloggers, for Russian-speaking bloggers, I use Russian because it's our native language.
Right.
But a lot of us, we are not Russians. I'm Belarusian, he's Ukrainian. But in our tradition, we use Russians. Yeah, sure.
A common language.
Yeah.
Sure.
And the most Russian-speaking bloggers, we make money not from YouTube views.
Not from AdSense.
Because, for example, for last year, I've got about $15,000 from views. But I got $1.1 million from advertisement. From integrations into video, and also we make about, I think, maybe 1 or 2 millions we make from different partnership program, because I advertise my projects in e-commerce, my cashback, my coupon websites, and also when we advertise a few software from our friends, they paid us a lot. They pay about $100 or $150,000 every month. They pay.
That's not bad for just for product placements on and their services for their company, like advertising on your videos.
So YouTube gave me not only money, it gave me a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Possibility to meet interesting people like you, for example, possibility to get connections with different businessmen, government men, and so on.
Right.
And also really a lot of fun, and also and also one thing, in every country, even on Maldives, Maldive Islands, or
Right.
in Antarctica tomorrow, I will meet my subscribers in every country. And also one more thing, one more reason to be a blogger, maybe not everywhere, but in on former Soviet territory, is you have the power, you have the rights, because in our in our territory you have no rights.
Right.
You have no rights. Government have all the rights, but you have no rights.
Right.
You're like
Like an ant.
like ants.
An insect.
Yeah. And I used my YouTube power a lot against big companies like banks and so on. Yeah.
Okay.
And now I'm living in Thailand, and I live here in Moscow. I spent 7 years in Moscow, and Moscow, one of the best cities in the world.
That's what I hear. Yeah.
It's true. It's true. It is very comfortable city for living, for making business. It's not cheap city, expensive. I think I spent in Moscow from $10,000 to $15,000 every month. But
Just still kind of high.
yeah, but comfortable to live in Moscow.
Yeah.
From 5,000 salary, from 5,000 a month. But Putin, he destroyed all.
Really?
He destroyed all.
Yeah.
And sure, we not support with his war. Sure.
That's crazy.
Because I'm a Belarusian, and we were in unions with Lithuania in old times, with Poland in Rzecz Pospolita. We had the unions with European country.
Right. Yeah.
Every time. Before Soviet Union, I think. And when you will ask Belarusians about the war, about the Putin, 90% of our population is against it, because our country is occupied by Russian too.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, President Lukashenko and Putin, they are friends, and we understand. But as for Russians, about 80% of them, they support the war.
Really?
Now less. I think now maximum 50%, because
You think it's because of propaganda?
because now it is hard to be in a war situation 3 years. It is hard for economy, for
Yes.
people. It is very hard.
Yeah.
So now maximum 50, maybe 40% now. But in the start of war, it was
high.
80%.
Now people are starting to feel it, and it's starting to go down now.
So as for me, was really hard to live in Moscow anymore. But one more strange situation in my life, very strange situation, was that I've spent 10 years in Belarusian prison.
Right.
10 years.
10 years.
But America still wanted me. And I've been 19 years in Interpol search warrant.
Right.
19 years.
Still wanted by the U.S.
From 2004
Right.
until last year. And
So every time you go through customs somewhere, there's that hold from.
I had no possibility to travel. It was the reason why I was sitting 7 years in Moscow.
Yeah. Couldn't leave the
Just
country.
imagine. And this is a very bad situation. Now a lot of Russian authorities, government men, they tell, sanctions, fuck off. No way, sanctions. We have the biggest country in the world,
Yeah.
and we have a lot of ways to travel in our country.
Yeah.
But they don't understand. I understand, because I've been in this, like with ship. I understand that when you have money, you wanna travel around the world.
Yeah.
Not only in your country. I know all the places in country, because I spent a lot of time.
Yeah, I've been here. I want to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And only in last year, my American lawyer, I've paid him a lot, and he spent about 3 years to show American government that I've paid in full for American episodes. Yeah, and we spent 3 years, and from the last year I am free.
They finally dropped it, so you could travel now.
Yeah. And from the days I live in Thailand, but
Didn't you just get picked up at customs somewhere coming from Bali?
in Bali,
Yeah.
It's a strange situation because while I was writing my book, I mentioned that in reality we have the situation while people are already in Interpol 1 year, 1.5 years, but they crossed a lot of borders without arrest.
Yeah.
But we have the different situation when I am back from Interpol, destroyed my files from Interpol, but in reality I can face problem. And in Bali it was strange situation because for this year I've been in 10 countries, but in Bali they always stop me.
Really?
But I can show you one secret. My friend, he was with me in Bali. He visited Bali with expired passport. Because when we back to Thailand, the officer told you can't get Thailand because your passport is expired. He has 2 passports, but Bali okay with expired passport, no problem.
Yeah.
And this is my life, and now I am happy. I'm happy that I had this experience in my life. Sometimes I asked the heroes of my interview, or someone maybe will ask me about have I regrets about my life, about my situation. I think not, because in the prison you have no possibility only to go outside. But you have possibility to think, to analyze your past, to think, to dream, to think about your future, to make business plans. You have no possibility to go outside, but you have maximum free time, and you can use it for you and for your future.
Yes, yeah.
And I think you have no regrets too. For situations, for prison situation.
No, absolutely not. No, yeah, I wouldn't change anything if I could,
But I think now the young people, they have much more possibilities than me. For example, because you was in normal country.
Yeah.
In normal country, we were in our countries after Soviet Union died.
Yeah, well, 1990, 1992, something like that.
1991.
1991, yeah.
And our parents, they were working on 2-3 jobs only for give food for families.
Yeah.
And no one told about moral principles. I heard a lot of time from my mom, don't steal from everyone, but why?
Right.
But why? She didn't explain to me why. Why it is
because
bad.
It was morally wrong.
Yeah. And now when someone steal money from my card, it's not comfortable for me. now I understand. Sure, I understand that those DDoS attacks I see on my businesses. I understand it's a wrong way. But we were young, stupid, and we were very poor.
So right now, after 16 years in prison total?
16 not. They gave me 16 by sentencing orders, but I spent only 10 years and 1 month.
The first time, but you did a
2.5 years first time and
then
7.5 last time.
So 10 total.
So
10 years total.
Yeah.
So after 10 years in prison, you're out. You got the YouTube. What are you doing now? And where do you see yourself going? Like 5-10 years into the future? Future plans.
I understand. I don't think about it.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Because I'm the fatalist. I'm the fatalist, and I trust that I should be a good person for my family, for my friends, for my business partners, and for local peoples. In this country or in any another country, I should be a good person. And I have a lot of businesses, not only YouTube. We have over 2 million subscribers in YouTube, in Instagram, TikTok, and in Telegram. Yeah. We have about 1 million in Telegram channels. Yeah, we have a lot of media, but media business is only 5% of my time. But we have about... I didn't count, but from 20 to 30 projects on internet in 4 ways. E-commerce, cashbacks and coupon websites. Also cybersecurity, because we have VPN service now.
So you own a company that has a VPN service.
VPN, because in Russia now they blocked Facebook, LinkedIn, they blocked Instagram from the first day of
Right.
war, and now they try to stop YouTube. And
I heard about that. Yeah.
So when they tried to stop YouTube, my business with VPN grew up almost 3 times.
Really.
Automatically.
Yeah.
And also I have a few businesses in crypto. This is a monitoring of crypto exchangers, and also AML bot for check the clearness of your crypto wallet.
Okay. Gotcha.
I
Yeah.
am AML. And also I have 2 services for bloggers. Bloggers tools with different tools for YouTube, mostly for YouTube bloggers, and also we will make an ICO, in crypto ICO of our mobile application for bloggers. I think in January, maybe in February.
So you think crypto is the future,
I think not, but it
or blockchain, more rather, like more decentralized than?
yes, but crypto enthusiasts, they wanna use blockchain everywhere. In my businesses, in almost all my businesses, I don't need blockchain inside.
Right.
I don't need, because it's because the usual regular database in MySQL, for example, or MyDB is enough. Yeah, but for international payments, sure, yes, for international payments, and for private finances too, because I don't want the bank control my money.
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't want, because in Russia, for example, I should tell, or in Europe, especially in Europe, you should tell your bank and your government about any penny, any cent in your wallet. Yeah.
Yeah.
So crypto give us the possibility to pay money abroad for very small fee,
Right. Yeah.
and very fast. Immediately,
no waiting, no
because
nothing.
in the bank, remember, 2-3 business days. Are you crazy?
No, I
2-3
know.
business days,
Yeah, I
and
know.
I will pay $25 or $50, for example, 25 for it, for international SWIFT. 2-3 business days. So I think crypto and blockchain not future,
Really.
but it's the important part of our future.
Yeah, I understand that. Genuinely enjoyed sitting down. Finally, good to meet you, man. We've been talking 2 years, something like that.
Yeah, I think yes, first time on Instagram.
Yeah, like 2 years.
In Instagram blocked in Russia.
Yeah. So no, yeah, it's finally good to sit down with you, man, and actually, hear your story and get it out. Even though I think some of my subscribers are going to have a hard time with the Russian accent, but but that's okay.
Sorry for my heavy Russian accent.
And,
I will tell you the secret. It was my first interview in English.